Hi, I'm Roger Peterson. Welcome back to Pro 423. Well, we're continuing on with recovering our healthy heart. I'm going to start step 2 right now. But I need to make this point even as we begin, as we start step number 2. These 4 points are not things that you just progress through other than learning them. Once you learn the 4 of them and start these relationships and start working on your heart, they really will be 4 tools that you just juggle. Okay? So learn them, obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, but realize when you're done, you'll just be juggling them in conversations and using them as tools that you draw from to grow a relationship and to have conversations and to work toward healing your heart and recovering your healthy heart. Okay? So this idea of finding a friend really, for me, stems primarily from Ecclesiastes chapter 4. Let me read a couple of verses from there and then share a couple thoughts. 2 people can accomplish more than twice as much as one. They get a better return for their labor. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But people who are alone when they fall are in real trouble. And on a cold night, 2 under the same blanket can gain warmth from each other. But how can one be warm alone? A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but 2 can stand back to back and conquer. 3 are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken. In these verses, the context, well, actually, the picture they paint is really of a battlefield, isn't it? If one falls down, the other one can pick them up. They can stand back to back and do battle. At nighttime, if they're cold, they can sleep close to each other and gain warmth. There's a seriousness. There's a committedness. There's an intimacy. There's a unity and purpose. There's a strength. There's a courage. There's a vulnerability in these relationships I just don't see in most guy relationships, even in church, I'm afraid. Most guy relationships, they have plenty of things to talk about, sports and work. A lot of sarcasm, a lot of banter. Nothing wrong with those things, but when it comes down to the seriousness of what's going on and what's really going on in the depth of your heart, it just rarely gets there. And the relationship that Ecclesiastes 4 talks about lives there. The reality of it is you want to find a friend in which you can just share the deep, deep struggles that you have in your heart that you just discussed in step 1. Those deep patterns of dysfunction, of overreacting, of underreacting that really control you. You need to find someone to share those things with. That's the kind of friendship we're talking about. And it may seem very, very scary, and at some level it will be scary, but I'm not saying do it all at once. I'm not saying do it with everybody. I'm saying find a few good men that you can trust. And over time, you make a commitment to tell them what's really going on, what you really want to work on, and ask for their help. It's going to take a good amount of intentionality because you're going to want to consistently be sliding back into the banter and the sarcasm. It's going to take a lot of discipline and time, but they're there. Go find them because it's impossible to do it alone. How can one get warm all by himself? It's impossible. You need someone there. If you fall down, you need someone to pick you up, someone to stand back to back with you. But if you find that friend, those friends, so much more is possible, especially in your heart.